Hola, todos mis amigos. No es el Enrique de los hermanos Dewey, pero it's me, Eric of the Dewey Brothers, and welcome back to another week. Wow.
Me llamo Alejandro y el otro parte de los Brothers Dewey. Hermanos
You know
Dewey.
it. Hermanos Dewey, that's the one, brother. So, it's been a wild weekend. Believe it or not, I think we have our very own correspondent this week.
Oh, we definitely have a new correspondent out in the field. How is the situation, TJ?
It's going, This week has been like every other week since March. Basically, me sitting around doing nothing, going to the gym, babysitting,
Oh yeah.
playing League.
Oh, he's got the trifecta in 5 parts right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The man hit the pentafecta, and he's never looking back.
That's it, when everybody sees me after quarantine's done, they're going to be like, who's that man? Pro gamer, bodybuilder, good with kids,
Really,
degree.
If someone doesn't sweep you off your feet by the time this quarantine ends, I mean, we'll have known that the world has gone insane then.
I'd say.
Obviously.
TJ, where are you reporting from this week?
And
why is it such a great place to get shredded?
I'm reporting right now from Seymour, Connecticut. Not sure if any of our listeners know where that is. It's kind of near New Haven.
It's a little north of the Boondies. So.
And I am getting shredded at my local gym in town because I'm not going any farther than right down the road to get shredded.
That's good. Would you say that your shredding is sort of like a cheddar cheese or more of a Parmesan?
Well, see, I'm currently cultivating mass.
Oh, of course.
And then the plan is that after I cultivate enough mass, I'll just shred it like cheese, cold butter, all the shreddings.
That's
carrots.
Good. Okay, shredded carrot. That's a hot take right there, but I can understand it. Only the best from our correspondents of Seymour.
So, TJ, down in Seymour, with your fat-based salad of shreds, variety of cheeses and carrots, we recently got a report that Randy was in the area. Have you seen or heard of him? Obviously, you're way too ripped to worry about a rogue grizzly bear that attacks our correspondents.
But believe it or not, Max is very close to Seymour, and he was recently mauled by Randy. So
exactly. So have you heard any whereabouts? Have you seen him around?
I have not. I've heard the coyotes out at night, but no bears right now.
No bears. They must be intimidated by the shredding.
Yeah.
I mean,
that must be it. After the mauling of Maxie Boy Thuggins, they must have moved on.
I think it's a mix of the wife beater and his absolute mass that Randy can't hang.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. This is the summer of the wife beater, after all.
That's true. It looked at Max, it had enough of its skinny white boy fill, and it looked at me, and then it just ran away. It said, I can't take another. There's no flavor.
All right, Eric. I got some really bad news.
What's the bad news?
My watch band just broke, so I'm lost and hopelessly adrift in a sea of little extra tab flapping around on my wrist.
Oh my goodness, that's the worst. I mean,
it had a good run though.
It was worth a shot.
Broccoli again to repair it.
Another rubber band's coming your way.
What kind of watch you sporting?
I'm sporting one of those fancy Garmin ones that has a liquid crystal display. So like your graphing calculator, if you have a bad one, if you have a fancy one, then it's too fancy. And it's also a GPS watch.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean, it's no Casio calculator watch, but one day Alex can be cool enough to have one of those.
And my watch box is currently being taken up professional cycle racing socks. So gotta keep those dry.
Of course.
And also in the fridge.
You need cold socks if you want to go fast.
Absolutely.
Alex, I heard
there's
a main topic of this podcast.
All right. You know what, Eric? You heard right. There is a main topic. Let's get into it.
Okay, I think my first question is this main topic a more of a let's see, what's a really good question? I'm gonna have to go with, is this more of a Mac or PC kind of topic?
That's
Ooh.
tricky. I can't tell you, but I'm assuming she is more of a PC kind of person.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Just based on the devices I assume she was working with.
Okay. So I guess,
From
I
what I
mean,
remember, the National Speleological Society, exclusively Windows.
oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm at a loss of words and loss of ideas, so I'm gonna have to go to the classy, trusty. Where does this topic fall on the bear index?
You know, Wikipedia doesn't have her height, but I'm assuming small black bear.
Small black bear. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That makes sense. TJ, you have any questions that could help us figure out what this main topic is?
I'm pondering. I think you really stumped me with the PC, Mac, and now I gotta change my trajectory.
All right. Well, I'll ask it. How did this person play a critical role in the Great Depression?
Well, being born in 1965, the Great Depression had already happened.
Well,
But
obviously
what you
there's
don't
some influence.
realize is that she was inspired when she was a young kid by none other than Jacques Cousteau.
Oh, Jacques
The
Cousteau.
and his television series, which, as we all know, was only produced after the Great Depression caused a calamitous fall in the price of spare air tanks. That was the only way he could get his
Interesting.
hands on enough of them,
Okay,
and that
that's
bubble
fair.
went just kept going, all the way into the 60s.
Wow.
And that low price of air tanks from the Great Depression is actually how she rose to fame, through her following her passion of scuba diving after watching Jacques Cousteau as a young child.
Okay. I mean, I'm starting to get a good idea, but another question really comes up when I'm thinking Jacques Cousteau, and that is, if what is this person's go-to chess opener?
All right. Now that is incredibly easy because I think you've
Please
already
be the
got an answer.
orangutan. Please be the orangutan.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Okay.
Jill Henrith's preferred opening is the Queen's Gambit Declined. And the reason it's the Queen's Gambit Declined is that creates a cramped and claustrophobic board and starts by leading out with your strongest piece first, the Queen.
I mean,
As a
that's
cave
bold.
diver, prefers having the Queen navigate a crowded and congested board. Plus, she stays as far away from German openings as possible, being the one of Canada's premier explorers.
Wow.
Yeah.
TJ, I knew you already knew this person. Like, why you got to speak up when you hear about Canadian
Jill
cave
Heiner.
divers. Jill Heiner. I mean, come on. I knew that was on the tip of your tongue the whole time.
You
Yeah,
might not know this. She has penetrated further into an underwater cave system than any woman ever. Just saying.
Wow,
And she's
that's
also
empowerment.
the first person to dive ice caves in the Antarctic.
Well,
That's actually pretty
It's
baller.
pretty dang cool.
it sounds like she and I have a lot in common. Penetrating a lot of caves.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all my first
Oh, you're a
dates. I am a
spelunker?
spelunker.
You spelunk. Wow, who would have thought? That's impressive. I didn't know there were many caves to spelunk down in Connecticut, but I thought only the good ones were in Canada. So it's good to hear.
There's a lot of caves that want spelunking, but it's just so hard to make sure you spelunk all the caves. So I do my best as one person.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I believe. Let's see. Oh, she's been in. She's made TV series for PBS, National Geographic Channel, and the BBC. So, and also I believe Jill Heinrich was on the team that has dove the most northerly shipwreck ever dove in.
That's awesome. Does she just like do research down there, or like
Well, let's see. She worked in Port
just dive in
Army for a little while, in Toronto. So
classic
the
Torbellini?
classic scuba diver's paradise of Toronto. And then she moved to the Caymans, which is much nicer.
I mean, it's no Toronto, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And
So
yeah, I mean, she lives in Ontario, where there's loads of caves. Everyone knows Ontario is famous for its extensive cave network, and also its ice.
And it's an extensive underwater.
Yeah. Oh, well, they're all filled
network.
with water and icy. It's beautiful actually. In the summer, you can't notice any of them because you can only see them when the ice rime fills the openings of the cave. It's kind of crazy.
That's pretty neat. It's cool. I think she would definitely.
And they're way better. They're way more exciting than those crap caves down in Connecticut. By the way, just saying.
Yeah.
Like they're way more spectacular.
Oh yeah, those things are just smelly
They're
and
amateur
dank
caves.
and
I mean,
not
someone has
fun.
to explore them, and we're really glad TJ does that. But I'm taking my road trip up to Ottawa for sure. Once the border opens.
Oh yeah,
Canada let me back in.
Better than a nice 4-1. But what are you gonna do? Nothing, except unless you're Jill Heinrich and you got the power and the money to go wherever you want to spelunk because you're that good at it. I mean, power to her. She sounds like a real treat.
Absolutely. So with that, Eric, let's put the regulators in our mouths, throw on those BCDs, and hop into our next segment, Original Works.
And might I mind you, we are doing this one based off of the recommendation of the one and only Weatherman himself, who advised us to do a love song. So we saw the other comment about reggae, but we might need to hold off on that one for a special occasion. So Alex, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to write a song about you, because man, bro, what a lovely time.
All right, how about you get a couple bars in and then throw it over to me, and I'll throw a couple bars back, and we'll see how far this goes.
All right, this is our nice little beat here. Yo, brother, you know you're my number one. Everybody says you're the best under the sun. I can't go anywhere without you, bro. So I gotta let you know.
Hey, brother, you're my best friend, and we share a mother. I just love it when we're outside together. There's nothing like climbing hills and spelunking together.
Yo, bro, you're such a kind soul. Everybody's gotta know that you're the best one. You fill my heart up with your spelunking needs, and I don't even mind that you got a micro pee.
Every time that we're down in the crag, I always know that you've got my back. Yeah, I can be falling, but you've always got the slack. Yeah, brother, I love you, even though I'm the best at podcasting. Yeah.
Oh, those words come from your mouth, and I know you're the best brother in the whole damn South. 'Cause you are such a great friend, and I know our friendship can't end. You're my brother. You help me through the thick and thin, even though you smell like disease.
Oh yeah, brother, you're the best. Nothing I do will ever be a test. I love it when we are out hiking, and I'm the only one who's podcasting, yeah.
So you know I'm gonna say it, man, from the bottom of my heart.
Say it.
You're my favorite brother, and that's no qualm. Cause I gotta let you know, wonder the palm. I just want you to know that wherever I go, no matter how far apart, always be in my heart.
I just need to let you know that no matter how high your singing voice will go, no matter how shrill or whatever products you try to shill, I'll always be there backing you up, which is why we're sponsored by Big Trucks.
Big trucks with
Yeah, you're a
truck
brother.
nuts. Hey,
We're best friends and we
brother.
share a mother. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, Alex for life.
And I'll stand by your side even though you got a micro.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it's what we
Dang.
make of comedy.
uh,
All right, man. Wow, that was actually
That was
really
beautiful.
good.
That was
We got to do
awesome.
more slow jams like that. That was so good.
That was so good. I loved
TJ,
it. You are a lyrical mastermind, man.
could you really feel that love, that brother
I
loving going
did. I
on,
felt
TJ?
like I was right at home, in Alabama.
That's good.
Exactly.
That's
We just
good.
want that red tide to roll, baby.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, like any good song, it's got to have a message according to the MACC. And that message
That's
is
right.
love your brother no matter what. And
Mhm.
your brother always got your back. And also, big trucks.
That's right. Big trucks. Get those big trucks. Yeah. Big truck money. Sponsored. This segment was sponsored and brought to you by Big Trucks.
Wow.
All right.
I mean, actually, I liked it, man. That was such a.
That
I
was-
already feel like our brotherly connection is stronger.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's we are like two peas of a pod because of that, and
Mhm.
it couldn't have gone smoother, I'd say. We're like a nice fresh jar of Skippy.
You want to split that
smooth.
brotherly pod open and empty the peas out into the boiling water that is questions from the internet?
Oh, you know we're gonna be eating good tonight because I already split it up and I already rolled out and I already took off the pot from the burner and I'm already plating it with a little bit of garnish on top. And this is the question that I got.
Don't worry, our boy TJ, I heard he grilled up a big old ham hock and he's ready to just like cut off a slice and fuck it in. So give us your question here.
All right. This is by the user Crispy Fried Pickles. How fitting.
Mhm.
And they are asking, how long is too long to be a guest in someone else's home?
All right. Well, I think that after 2.5 years, you're no longer a guest and you're officially a brother.
I was gonna say that as well. Everyone knows that there is no way to be too long. Okay, I guess if the question is how long is too long to be a guest, I mean, it's very situational because sometimes you just get that connection and you're brothers. So
That's
it's how it works. I mean, you might not have the same chemistry that Alex and I have. You might be more at a biology level, but you're more than a guest. You're just sticking in the home and you're having a grand old time.
And if you haven't transcended guesthood to become one of the crew after 2.5 years, then you're getting the boot.
And then I think you have to. It's time to
it's
move
like a
out of
state
the.
change.
Yeah, it's time to move off of
Yeah.
the. What's the word? For one big group of people that live together.
Roommates?
No.
There is
They all live
there's a
in the.
triple point. It's called for moochers.
Oh, of course.
It's the mooching triple point, and you at the latest it can be is 2.5 years. And then it can be depressed or it can push down if the housing market is very expensive. That will decrease the amount of time before you're no longer considered a guest.
That's fair.
And also the other graph on the triple point is how much of a douche you are.
Ooh, yes.
Oh yeah, that really hurts.
Yeah. So if you keep your douchiness down and your and the housing market is cheap, then you can be a guest for up to 2.5 years.
That's pretty
before you're part of the
good.
crew, or as
That's
low as 1.575 weeks.
that is good. I can get behind that. Additionally, I think it's a good idea to recognize that if you're just crashing on a couch, that's being a guest. But hear me out here. If you have
I'm
a
hearing, I'm
bed,
listening.
if you have a bed to sleep in, then you're just I don't know if you're really a guest because they're
And you're a
ready for you.
freeloader.
That door is
TJ.
always open.
TJ, I had a question. You're the expert here. If you don't have a couch, right? So you're not a guest. You're couch obviously guest. Bed definitely not a guest. But the floor, where does that fit in there in that guest no guest spectrum?
See, I think if you're sleeping on the floor, you're basically already part of the house.
Oh, that's
Okay,
true.
that's clever.
So, I mean, if anything, they should be paying you because you are the house.
Yeah, it's almost like you get to this certain level where you've just surpassed everybody that already lives there because now you are the house.
Oh, I get. So you aren't the guest, but you're the owner and they're the guest. No. Yes?
I
Maybe.
think you're just part of the house, and they get squatters' rights over you
Oh, okay.
if you've been there too long.
Huh. That's an interesting take. This question is way too complex. Crispy fried pickles. I mean,
Crispy fried pickles. It depends on a whole plethora
there's
of factors.
sorry, like you aren't giving us enough context here, so we're just gonna have to say what we say, and that's guests. Meh, probably not. Probably part of the house, or brothers.
Yeah, it really depends on the factors in which direction you get pushed. And if not, you get kicked
It
out.
depends on the person too.
It's
If it's your
50-50.
grandparents, maybe a few hours, or then they're overstaying their welcome. If it's a buddy, maybe you give them 2.5 years.
That's true.
Exactly.
All right, TJ, we got another question. So we've wrapped up whoever that was, and now we're on to my boy here on Twitter, McNuggets Sharebox.
Oh,
And this is a quick and easy one. I think we can get in and out real quick.
All right, I'm ready.
Does anyone know where I can buy a real human skull?
Probably Amazon. But if that doesn't work, I hear Wayfair is really great right now for getting some sketchy things.
really? That's pretty neat. I would have said I know a guy. And that's the end of that.
Oh, you know a guy?
Well, I don't think he's using his skull too much, so I bet he would loan it.
So I know that. I mean, it's not. You can't buy real human skulls there, obviously.
You can rent one though.
Well, no, you have to go and pretend it was your skull and get it in the lost and found.
Oh, of course.
And that is the police station.
Where you already shipped a dead body?
Exactly. Because people just ship dead bodies there so that they don't get caught. And the trick is you have to go to the lost and found and then claim that it's your skull and sign a couple waivers, and then you're good to go.
That makes sense.
Which isn't buying human skulls, so I guess McNuggets Sharebox, you're out of luck unless you go with TJ's solution, which was what?
Wayfair.
What app was that? Wayfair.
Or Amazon. You can get anything on Amazon.
Amazon? We're not talking Amazon, we're talking Omazan. Ooh. Like Amazon, but slightly different and way more suspect.
Yeah, that's fair. McNugget Sharebox. Go head over to Omazan, and good luck with the real part of the human skull. I know that's what makes your order tricky. So we got one more question, Eric, that we found on the internet. This one is, it's a doozy.
Oh no, I'm worried.
So Reverend Calvin Barnes at Voice of Cal, easy to remember, Voice of Cal, says, just think, maybe the next pandemic will be transmitted via urine. Then every public bathroom will be closed, and we'll all be pissing in jars out our back seats and collecting them. 2020, there's no toilet paper. 2021, what do we do with all this pee? What do we do with it, Eric?
I think by 2021, I know it's pretty far away, but I think technology will have advanced where we actually have the technology to convert our pee into something else, something more useful, like poop.
Or energy.
Interesting. I know the astronauts can convert it into drinkable water.
No. That's too
Bear Grylls.
confusing, Alex. No one wants to. Yeah, that's just Bear Grylls does that already. I mean, no one wants to.
Bear Grylls already has that technology.
No one
Yeah, but
wants
it's a
to.
riddle with disease. Remember, the new virus will be spreading in the urine,
That's true. We can't drink it.
according to the Reverend Calvin Barnes.
And if we have these jars of pee everywhere, the only person that's ready for that are the anime weebs that have already been accustomed to peeing in jars.
Oh, for their live stream, for their like 24-hour live streams.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it'll be infected urine. That's true. So it'll be bio waste, which is always tricky to get rid of.
Oh, I know what we do with it. We sell it to like some places that are trying to have biological weapons.
Oh, that's a great idea. Maybe Iran can buy all of our virus pee.
Yeah. Oh, and then we can sign the Iran pee deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting. That's a good point. Although I don't know. It's like you said, there's going to be a lot of pee, and if we don't want that going everywhere,
I stay hydrated, so it'd be a lot of viruses.
And I mean, you can't just dump it out because then it'll get into your drinking water and the lake.
It's no good. Yeah, you can't just dump it down the toilet like you normally would, because then everything would get contaminated down there. You need to go find a non. You have to find some sort of spillway or something to
a well
pour it into.
Actually, wait. No. It's 2021. Yeah. The oceans are going to be covered with trash anyways. We can just throw it in there. There's no fish.
Eric, that will increase the already growing problem that our podcast is always concerned about, which is ocean acidification. Well, we all know that urine's acidic, and by adding more of it, adding more urea, we'll get more uric acid in the ocean, and then it will climb to dangerous levels.
But
this podcast cannot, under any circumstances, condone peeing within 15 miles of the ocean.
However, Alex, you failed to realize that if we actually increase the ocean to a very low pH, thus making it more acidic, that has the potential to kill all of the plastic in the ocean.
Ooh, that's a valid point.
That's true. And also all of the marine life.
Well, I'm saying the marine life is already dead. This is 2021. It's apocalypse.
Oh, it's gone by then.
So there's no life in there anyways. Might as well kill the trash and then hope for the next few centuries that they come back stronger and more resilient to our dirty pee, our deadly pee.
Interesting. What happens if a tropical storm comes and sucks up all the infected urine into a storm?
Well, then we make a movie about it and call it Sharknado 6. This time it's the pee.
This time it's yellow. And the bees are somehow involved.
Wait.
The diabetics. That's how it's sugary. Bees like that. And also the color scheme.
And then I think the only way that we as a nation could fix it, or as a planet fix it, is by instead of referring to our urine as pee, we can change it to Q and just get a step ahead. We got a lot of options. I don't know what's the best one. Only time will tell.
So, TJ, before we switch over to the latest in bull riding and marble racing, I just want to finish up with this topic here. Can you put this to rest for us? In 2021, we know it's going to happen. The pee tornadoes that are filled with virus. How can our listeners prepare themselves for a year's time when that's going to be our reality?
There's some good answers and there's some bad answers, but I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be standing outside, mouth wide open, ready to catch as much of it as I can.
For immune purposes,
exactly.
Right?
It's like, why take the vaccine when you can just get the virus yourself and create your own antibodies?
And a final follow-up question to making more antibodies. How is that different than normal Connecticut cave splunking?
I'll have to get back to you on that one because I don't know if it's if it's very different. I'm thinking now.
I mean,
Well, in that case, I think those Connecticut cave splunkers, like
they
you
might
do there,
already.
TJ, they're gonna be they're already gonna have the immune system, so I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about
Yeah.
it at all.
I mean,
All right, Reverend Colin Barnes,
he's
move
used to the pea caves,
exactly. Move to
Connecticut, and start
and get a
flunking.
new hobby.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
by then we're gonna have masks for both our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Way to stay safe. All right.
So
Dad, has there been any bull news? How's my buddy I'm Legit 2 doing?
I'm legit too. He's still kicking it. He is. I mean,
Better than air support. Let
air
me tell you.
support is no longer kicking it, and God rest his soul.
Kicking it in heaven, baby. God
Oh
bless.
yeah. So we got nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just another day, another dollar up in the bull racing parts. So they didn't have anything this week. They're getting ready for a nice hoedown next weekend. So that'll be the one to watch. But yeah, we're looking at some just it's gonna be good fun. I think the Bulls are gonna really come out with their horns high and looking for some upsets. So really, you gotta. I'm thinking it's gonna be an underdog, under bull. I would say it sort of thing, you know.
Oh, that's just where I like to be. Rooting for a bull that's charging in from behind.
So like you might think, do you know who's been doing really well this year? Hocus Pocus, Smooth Operator.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I think they're getting a little complacent, you know. So I think if you go down a few further in the standings and you start looking at some of these underdogs like Lil Two Train and Cool Customer, then they got the potential. But I'm feeling good about this one. This bull.
Yeah, those bulls up at the top have probably, with these couple weeks off here, they've probably been partying a little too hard, eating too much crazy grass, and making little cow babies too much, right?
Yeah. So this I think it's gonna be the weekend of the longest named bull, and one of my personal favorites, the Marquee Metalworks Bill the Butcher.
What a bull!
He's got
Metalworks Bill the Butcher is he's right in the name.
It's man, he will butch, he will metalwork, and he will most importantly that's right. This bull, he's gonna come out fierce as ever and just I'm pretty sure he's gonna buck someone off in less than a second.
Yeah,
and
you
these
gotta
are
keep your eyes on him.
pros. So I think he's gonna come out with a vengeance to really show off that he is the Marquee Metalworks.
I think with a name like that,
So Eric,
he's gonna have to.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean he's got to live up to the expectations. It's been having a slow season, but this is the one.
Eric. It's coming to, well, we have 5 more events. We're just past a third of the way.
Oh yes.
Event 11 of 16, the black hole.
The black hole.
The black hole.
That's scary.
It's a big parabolic tube with the center, and it's all about how long can your entire team stay afloat. You get 2 runs, whole bunch of marbles, multiple teams at once, and you have to add up the combined time of all your marbles.
Okay. So it's not like when the first one goes out, then you're done.
No, it's all. I mean, yeah, it's all about who can last collectively as a team the longest.
Oh, okay. I like it. Good team sports.
It's a good one. The Savage Speeders got a first place, baby.
Oh,
it's their
the
first
Savage
place of the league.
We called it.
You know?
Didn't we call that?
I think so.
I think we called it. Oh man.
Balls of Chaos are having their 3rd down week in a row, but they just edged out the Raspberry Racers and the Minty Maniacs, who really dropped the ball.
Emphasis on ball.
Right down the black hole chute. Now,
Poor thing.
That's right. Actually, they added up both the runs for the total. That's how they combined them.
Very neat.
And the run 1, poor performance, 28 seconds, worst out of all of the runs ever. For the Minty Maniacs, really dragging them down. But you know what that means for the standings, right?
I'm thinking Rangers are up.
Oh, the O-Rangers just edged out. They're back in the lead, baby. Those mini maniacs. The O-Rangers, they got 6th. Whatever. Garbage score.
Yeah, whatever.
But
it doesn't matter.
the mini maniacs tanked.
Heck yeah, that's what I love to hear.
Sometimes it's about roughing up your teammate, your opponents, in order to get ahead in life. And pretty sure the O-Rangers took some toothpaste to those mini maniacs to get them nice and rough. So they gripped those walls, and the friction just drove them right down the black hole.
Oh yeah, and if you don't look too close, but my recent receipts definitely do not indicate a large purchase of toothpaste.
Mm-hmm. Or orange oils for extra glide, right? Which are totally legal.
They are very much legal in the countries that
in the Marble League galaxy, because it's being hosted by the whatever it's called, Team Galactic.
Obviously, everyone knows
it's in space, and there's no laws.
It's legal somewhere, so it's fine. Yeah. International vacuum. It all adds up.
Exactly, the big suck, as they say. The O-Rangers are back in first, and everyone else kind of fell down a couple standings, and the Savage Speeders went up a couple. So Raspberry Racers gave up 5th to drop into 6th, which is really a tragedy. But with 5 events to go, 2 golds. If anybody can string together 2 golds, there's 50 points. And even Team Galactic can hop into the lead with that.
Even Team Galactic. I've never heard those words because they aren't doing too hot.
That's true.
So it's shaping up to be another exciting week in the Marble League, and definitely in the World of Bull riding. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
I know where I'm placing my bets.
That's what I like to hear.
With that, Eric, I think it's time to thank our sponsors. TJ, do you have any sponsors down from Connecticut?
Probably G Fuel, I'd say.
G Fuel, that's a good one.
Okay. Always solid.
We got to thank the one and only Homegrown Hops. They're back. They're growing. Can't never sleep on Homegrown Hops.
They were never gone. They're immune to fire. They're still growing. Homegrown Hops. I'd also like to thank Second Cheapest Helmet for when you want to be safe, but not that safe. The Second Cheapest Helmet.
And with undying support from you, the viewer. Thank you. We need you. Please write us comments. I need the comments.
Well, we also have to thank the police station Lost and Found, a purveyor of all sorts of evidence they don't need anymore.
And once again, we have the returning sponsor, Randy. Yeah, just if he's feeling you, he'll find you.
That's right. Get extra beefy to avoid the Randy. Finally, last but definitely not least, we have to thank, as an entire podcast here, brotherly love. It's what this podcast runs on, and it is probably the strongest force in the universe.
It is. I once tried to break a diamond, and someone was like, "Diamond's unbreakable," and I was like, "Yeah, well, I got brotherly love," and then the diamond shattered into a million pieces, and at the core was a little bit of dark matter, and guess what? That also shattered because brotherly love is the most powerful force known to humankind.
And that is how I lost $1,785 worth of diamond.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, Alex.
With that being said, fall ball is here and no one's playing. But that's not an excuse. Those fields got to look primo. It's been a parcher. Get the sprinklers going, baby. That's right. Sprinkler time on them Little League fields. When you're out hiking, make sure also, since water's a little on the low, that you're bringing your own hydration station so you don't end up like Bear Grylls. That's today's hot tip. And with that, this has been Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex.
I am Eric, who going to get any final comments from TJ. What do you got to say?
I'd like to thank you guys for having me on this podcast. I know you guys said you want the comments, but make sure to like the video too, boost the algorithm, get promoted on that trending page. I'd be happy to come back again and talk more some more antics and share all of my life experiences that I haven't had yet.
Thank you, TJ. Too kind. Loved having you on this week. So definitely.
Thank you for coming around, TJ the time traveler, and we will definitely try to hit you up again.
Of course.
With that, for the love of God, man.
Just send it, homie.
This is where we can say all of our conflicts of interest.
Like how the
Like the
patriarchy did nothing wrong.
Hey, I even had like a good educational women first topic this week, damn it.
Oh, shit. The real question is, am I going to edit out the parts where TJ's talking about?
I think it was just subtle enough to get by the MACC. Yeah, get Craig out of here. Craig!
It can't be satisfied with just one spelunker, so.
I think it's really a supply and demand problem. Like, well, the supply will be really high, so the price of urine will go way down.
But if you have a lot of pee, it's the best way to do it.
Just slip one in under the desk there.